I think EXECRATION win game 1 now.
It just felt like EXECRATION had such a great base, right? Like, they'd start with Grimstroke Sand King. It feels like they can get a lot done with that.
Meanwhile, bottom side, In Your Dream and Tino currently having a fight. In fact, In Your Dream's taking a hell of a lot of damage. Chase is still on from Tino. He's got another Burrow Strike available. It's not going to be a kill, but I guess he can just keep going. In fact, Shanks is here now. A Phonic Shield's going to block out a lot of the damage, but In Your Dream, he is still dropping. Tino, maybe one more hit will do it, and it does. Oh, first blood out for the Sand King. Even with the Phonic Shield, they had barely enough.
Seeing that strong start for Tino, that's worrying. If this Sand King hits that early time, as we've seen before, Tino can definitely set that pacer for EXECRATION.
At the very least, Polson's doing a very good job of just kind of backing Tino off. In fact, Tino has gone too far. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, he does need the reset on the Sand King, and that is going to continue to allow In Your Dream to just keep freely farming up on this Dusa, which should be a pretty big fear for the side of EXECRATION, though I suppose they might be just very confident in their mid-game time.
Yeah, got a lot to play for. Alacrity, though, in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, mid lane. Bob going to be able to secure the kill, but we'll go down to the tier 1 tower. Still a pretty big win there for the Razor, as Vincenzo now going to be chased down by Jokam, but he's going to be just fine. Still Tino, again, the real weak point of the team right now, just in terms of his hero net worth. He's not really enjoying himself whatsoever. So it looks like EXECRATION do try to move into that triangle, but they may get punished for this. Vincenzo, already copying so much damage, is going to try and back off along with Bob. Paulison will try to get to work on the Razor, but that may have cost him his own life, though Paulison is going to be able to run the Razor while Mizu does get Vincenzo, as Bob has still chased him down further. Bob's gone way too far, and eventually I think he should be punished, as he really wants that kill on the Abaddon, but it just doesn't seem worth it. I'm not sure what the idea there was from Bob, John. Absolutely. It is the Tidehunter you're going to be trying to chase down, but you've got the Shadow Shaman. Level 2 Hex, level 1 Shackles, it may be enough though. Mizu, he's going to back off at the right time. Still backing away, but there's your static link up from Bob. TPs are coming in. Mizu, he's still fine with the Kraken still available, though a lot of damage has been taken. Bob is not getting the kill yet, but eventually will be able to take it, and so will Paulison go down. EXECRATION just drive right through that top tier 1 tower.
You don't have anything to stop a deep dive like that from your support and the Weaver from the Abaddon. Like, they don't do enough to stop that kind of dive, and EXECRATION punished them for that. They have a lineup that just runs and guns. They don't need to wait too long for any of these spells to be off, and they can just keep applying that aggression. Look at In Your Dream.
Yeah, that Invis rune going to pay off real nicely here for Bob, as Tino and Bob move in. In Your Dream trying to tip you away, but Vincenzo is going to make it in time with the Hex out, and now poor old Mizu stuck around to try and help, may end up dying himself now as he does pop the Ravage. It lands on 3. Bob falling quite low, but is going to be able to walk away as Mizu is still in danger. He'll chase down Tino. In fact, the rest of the team just leaves him. Tino, he's by himself right now. Alacrity will show up. He'll go into the Sandstorm, but misses the Burrow Strike. Alacrity and Jokam now with the Dust going to try and move in onto the Sand King, and eventually will get him. EXECRATION maybe just backing off a couple seconds too early.
Yeah, that's a bit unideal for EXECRATION. NGX does find some punishment. Again, it takes a lot of heroes down, and Andy used Ravage, so there's an opening here.
Well, Pollison's in trouble. Up the top lane, he might just drop, but on the other side of things, Bob is in some bigger troubles. He does go down. Jokam does manage to take the kill for himself, and that'll be enough for him. Palos very close to the Diffusal Blade now, and that's the item he really wants to start moving. Go ahead and just keep farming that up in the jungle for now. As bot side, there will be a 3-man smoke here from EXECRATION. Looks like Alacrity is going to be targeted as long as Tino can land the stun into the epicenter. Alacrity, there's going to be a nice Ravage from Mizu to try and help out, but it probably won't be enough. Or maybe it will be. They do leash them up though, and that's going to be it. Both of them drop. Bob will take a double kill on the Razor.
Now, that gives the space necessary for EXECRATION to clear out the bot tier 1. 2 towers down, they still hold on to all of their own tier 1s. They've got control of the bot jungle. Look at this position, they could force a fight out here easily.
I mean, Bob's going to try and go on Mizu. Keep in mind, there's no Ravage available for another 30, as now Tino does make the jump in onto Jokam, and with the Shackles, you should have enough hold. But now the Stone Gaze is there. Tino, he's going to try and turn with the epicenter now, but he's kind of alone at the moment, as the rest of his team has backed off. Tino has to do the same, but he keeps going onto the Tide. Mizu so low on the Tidehunter, gonna turn around with an Anchor Smash. Tino doesn't have the damage on his own, And Robotic Shield's going to protect Mizu from dying. Meanwhile, on the side, they've got the shackles onto the Ember. Alacrity should still be able to get away from this unless he has no remnants, but he does have one. So all the damage has been linked away from him as Tino will move in again with the Burrow Strike, and eventually Alacrity is going to go down, and so will Bob. Find a double kill onto Paulison. I don't know, John. It's a lot of team fights.
Look at Palos.
Palos. He's gone quite far here, John. I'm not sure about that.
He dived really deep. He wanted in your dream gun, diving through tier 2, tier 3, gets punished for it, and Execration's just dictating the map. They're dictating all these engagements. They've got a ton of ways of jumping, of getting control off first. They're eyeing Alacrity once more with that Wing Strike, and they're gonna go for it.
Yep, stun out. Hex is there from Vincenzo, and that should be a very simple kill onto Alacrity once again. I suppose it was always going to be a very hard game for Alacrity.
Big take for Execration. They should allow them to play a lot more. They have managed to group up here on NGX, and you do smoke up here.
There's a very slow smoke there, John. I don't think NGXE really want to force this fight, but they do have Blink Ravage up, so maybe they do want to try and get it going. Even with the Aegis available, as they do chain up the Shaman. Vincenzo gonna be okay as Tino's gonna go for an empty center. Burrow Strike got the 2, but the Ravage is there. Mizu, he's gonna try and save the day. They've got 2 down already in Tino and Vincenzo, but Bob, he wants to keep the fight going. Alacrity, he'll be soul-binded up and silenced up, but he's attached to nobody, so he's still okay to remnant out of there. Bob will continue chasing him down, but can't really catch him out. Instead, they'll have to settle for Paulison.
Something like the BKB on Alacrity. Once he farms that up, it's going to be harder to lock in that Ember. A lot of eyes should be on Alacrity to kind of still keep that momentum going for NGX in terms of these fights, and on Mizu for the initiation.
Palos is going to try and move in onto Jocam. Does get the Fusel Blade off, but can't really hold on to him. Jocam's fine. Paulison won't be so fine, as Bob is just going to link him up all the way. In Your Dream, though, going to be around to protect us in the meantime. Alacrity has been caught out on the Ember, and looks like he's the one to drop, as Bob will be chased down by Jocam and In Your Dream. And in the meantime, again, Mizu's going to drop on the Tidehunter, as Bob is still being chased down here by Jocam, but it seems like they can't get the kill. Jocam forced to back off, and Execration, they find another 2 cores.
He knows he's just free to go in and out as he pleases. There's just no hold from these 2 supports, and that gives so much room for the Slurk to play a lot greedier. Even up top, Tino's holding off in that push as well. They know it's being shoved in.
Hex out.
Ooh.
Yeah, Vincenzo catching the Hex Mitsukuchi. He's going to go in with the shackles, and that'll be an easy kill onto the Weaver. Another nice one here for Execration. It's towards the south. Who have they got there? In Your Dream has been slowed up. Palos will hold him down. You've even got the Basher available, but with the Stone Gaze In Your Dream, going to be able to create the gap as now the Ravage Mizu. He's in. They've got Palos down. That's a big pick off there for NGXE now. And so he can just take the Medusa cone for himself. And to make matters worse, Refresher Orb available on Bob. So that double Eye of the Storm now going to be up and ready. Top lane, Jocam not actually going to be caught by the Burrow Strike, but it won't matter. Vincenzo's there with the control. So Tino does take the kill on the Sand King, and it's immediate smoke up. They do not want to slow down. Like you said, this is exactly what they need to do. In Your Dream already backing off top lane. May not get caught, but Vincenzo is going to be able to cut him off. Serpent Wards and Dark Portrait are out, and it's going to be a lot of damage onto the Dusa. Jeez, look at that, John. Burrow Strike as well onto the Abaddon will mean another kill to go the way of Execration. NGXE, I mean, you can't defend high ground without that Medusa. That should be at least 1 lane of barracks out.
Finding the angle, knowing that Medusa was on the retreat at that point, get some punishment going. There is Ravage up on Mizu. Respawn's not too far off, but look at Execration's just not backing off. They're not scared.
They certainly are not. Tino eventually does. The Depth Shroud, though, keeping everyone safe. We probably won't see high ground from Execration because they want to wait for the next round of Serpent Wards, but yeah, it's going to be a quick chance, quick Aegis up. At some point, you are going to have to make the jump in as NGXE, but it's just so difficult when you only see the Slark, and he's got an Aegis anyway. It's very, very hard to even think about going after this kill. Epicenter, Burrow Strike is going to be there. In Your Dream, he's been targeted. They even have the Dark Portrait out. It's a lot of damage. Where's Mizu? There's your Ravage. It might be too late, though, and it will be. No buyback available for In Your Dream. As they'll go back for the top lane of barracks. There's not really much they can do to defend this now. It's been a great effort from EXECRATION, John. I mean, it's not just the draft, but the way they've played it. They have executed it to basically perfection. Just not giving any leeway here to NGXC. I think Palos wants to move in for that final lane of barracks. Everyone's pretty healthy. The only thing you're really lacking right now is the epicenter. But I don't think they really require that ability right now. It's top side, Bob. This you've got to be a little bit wary of. I mean, you can't let that happen if you're EXECRATION.
Yeah, but that's Ravage down, that's Stone Gaze down, and that opens up the push. Like, how do you stop this now, committing Ravage like that? You can't stop Palos.
That's a fair point, John. Ravage is gone. Mizu, he'll still try to defend, but he does get stunned up. Palos is going to back off for a bit, maybe get some heals up. They've got to be very wary not to lose Bob a second time. He just fought back. Still frontlining for the team as Tino going to look to move back in onto Mizu with the Inkswell into the Burrow Strike, landing on 3 targets. And now Vincenzo, he's in for the double hex out. They've got the Deucer locked down and it's just so much damage. In Your Dream's already gone. So will Paulison die along with his teammate. And that may just be it. They don't have their carry available. Like you said, John, no Ravage. Means you can't really fight right now as Mizu is going to try to back off Patino. He's there again with another 2-man burrow, and that'll be it. GG's call. NGXC dropping their first game against EXECRATION. And, well, John, I thought this was going to be the game where they won with Medusa, but apparently not.
I guess you cursed them there, Mike. You know, you had some confidence in that, so you said they'd finally find a win with it. EXECRATION prove otherwise. They play a really strong game. They have this very good foundation with Tino Sand King. Switching it up In Your Dream on his Kunkka, he does well on it, but overall, with how EXECRATION played last game, I think EXECRATION's looking a little bit cleaner here.
Looking to block him off here, not let him back into the lane. I suppose that's one thing you can do is just kind of zone out the Storm, but it's like Bob is going to bully Alacrity back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth. Very important for Bob to find both of those water runes. He's going to need some help for the next water rune. He's going to need help for that power rune as well.
Oh, Tino and Shanks. Well, the Shanks was the one in trouble, and never mind. Bob, he's in even bigger trouble mid lane as Alacrity does clean him up. They're doing a lot of great work down at bot lane as well. Like, Palos is being zoned out here along with Vincenzo, and it certainly doesn't feel as safe as it should have been here for the Deuce Treant. Paulson doing a great job of just keeping Vincenzo away as now Palos will be chased down. Silence is there into the Boundless Strike and they'll find him. Palos gonna end up dropping as Paulson would love a bit more, but Vincenzo gonna go deeper into the tree line. It'd be even funnier, John, if you could just jump on tree and protect his Monkey King. I reckon that should be the way it goes.
Yeah, just easily spot him out, prevent him from dancing around the jungle, and now the triangle, they are starting to clear out some of those stacks, so a lot of that build up here for Tino or for Bob gets lost in a pop.
Yeah, big group up. Vincenzo at the very least is going to drop, but so will Bob. A nice X back there from In Your Dream. Tino, he's going to pop the Rolling Thunder and try to go back in on Alacrity, but Alacrity has plenty of help around him and has the refraction back up. In fact, he'll stick around and just keep going after the stacks as Tino needs to back off. Bramble Spring will be there from Paulson to try and slow him down. Tino with the shield crash can be quite tanky. With the Illuminate flying in as well. A lot of damage to come out onto NGXC as they cannot finish off Tino. They'll go back for the triangle stacks. Bob, he might be able to pick off Paulson, and he will. Can they keep going though? NGXC, they'll find Shanks on the Keeper of the Life. Bob wants a bit more. We'll find Jokan. So a bit of a trade going on around this Radiant jungle. It does still feel like NGXC came out well and truly on top though. So we can just get started on the bottom tier 1 tower. Bob is around with a double damage rune, but I don't believe he'll have enough damage on his own to really be able to defend this, but he's going to move in. Mizu's actually taking a hell of a lot of damage here, and in fact he might be gone. And he will be. Just could not orb and jaunt away in time. So Bob proving me wrong immediately, Jonathan.
Has the Fairy's Trinket for a little bit more damage, has the Power Treads doubled null, so he's kind of set to just run around. This is the early time that you tend to see from Storm Spirits when you do take a more aggressive role. NGX not backing off though, still keeping down bot.
Palos! Yeah, Palos! He just melted to the damage of Alacrity, and I believe Alacrity was just hitting all the side blades on that creep wave. The Team Medusa gone. Down a bot lane, they will try to move in onto the Monkey King. Paulson, still pretty healthy. They'll turn onto Bob. In Your Dream even showing up just in case they need it, but he hasn't thrown out the Bob. Or rather, never mind. No boat necessary. In Your Dream takes the kill, and they hold on to the boat for the next time. So far, so good for NGXC. EXECRATION, it's very important they hold on to these tier 1 towers. And Vincenzo, he'll get to work healing up that mid-tier 1, but it is a rather slow process these days. Joe Cam going to move in onto Palos. Show himself off on the Weaver. In they go, Palos, he'll be targeted. The boat turret is going to land. Palos already out of mana, and he's just gone. Oh boy. I mean, Rolling Thunder's going to be there. Tino, he'll try to turn this one, but he's got no backup. There's just not enough backup right now. Bob, he'll move in eventually, but the coil's going to lock him down. It's a very aggressive movement from EXECRATION, but it looks like it won't work out in their favor as Tino's still trying to kill off Joe Cam, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, what a mess from EXECRATION.
Yeah, and they're forcing these fights. They're constantly trying to chase, and NGX isn't done.
No, they certainly aren't, John. They found themselves a tree. Vincenzo, not going to last. Against the Tide Ring hit of In Your Dream. That'll be the tier 1 mid tower just gone.
I don't think you're well equipped enough on your Storm or your Pangolier to really get that done. You want to blink up on at least the Pango to get some positioning in with a Rolling Thunder. And you kind of want to blink here as well for Vincenzo if you can save up. The overgrowth is pretty big. It will just take a while.
Bob just going to get deleted here by In Your Dream. In the meantime, Joe Cam's going to go for a chase onto Shanks. They might be able to catch him. Eventually, Shanks still running. Joe Cam will chase him down though. With that, oh yeah, with the swarm, he just couldn't get away. And towards the mid lane, Tino, looks like they haven't looked around for Polison, but he does not get caught out. The Rolling Thunder completely wasted, and NGXC, they just seem really calm right now. Like there's just no contest. So they jump in again. Onto Tino they go. Tango locked down. Overgrowth is way mistimed. Mizu just going to get away for free. And now they can move in on Palos. So Bob, he's going to try and fight this one out with the Stone Gaze. But it's not even that great. Bob, he'll get to the low ground, but Tino's going to drop. And Palos, well, he's not out of danger yet either, John. He's going to drop a third time. What a problematic game here for EXECRATION. As Bob, he'll drop as well. 11k net worth advantage. And just not even close right now.
No. They're still going to swallow over the tier 3s.
I mean, why not? Just kill off Shanks at the same time. Onto the tier 2 mid tower they go.
You know, they've got roll, they've got overgrowth, they've got a jumpy mid that doesn't take too much for them to really be active, but they're not given the opportunities to leverage any of that. They will go for a smoke play. That is under some vision on trap, so a bit of a spotting out here from NGX.
Oh, Bob, he's been caught out immediately. He'll zip away, but the coil's going to lock them down. Rolling Thunder or not, Tino just doesn't have the impact right now to help out his team, who's just getting shredded. A double kill for Alacrity. They'll try for the last piece of the puzzle, and that's going to be Tino on the Pangolier, just completely surrounded. And he's gone. On to Roshan we go.
At the least, they can use this time to keep farming up on Palos. He's still a long ways off from the marks to do so, though.
Top lane, a big group up from EXECRATION, hoping somebody takes the bait for the creep wave, but Palos, well, he'll try to bait himself. NGXC, though, not going to take any of it. They'll just go for a free mid-tier 2 tower. Bob, he'll zip in. They do find In Your Dream, but the boat is going to be able to fly out, and it's going to make him way too tanky. And they'll lock him down, but here comes Alacrity on the TA, and poor old Vincenzo's just dead. Shanks, he's going to try to run, but Mizu's on with the chase. Eventually, they should be able to find the cuddle, and they will. In Your Dream will take that one. Even with that many heroes surrounding the Kunkka, they just don't have anywhere near the damage. Palos? Can he be caught here, John? Palos, pop the Stone Gaze. Dream Coil will lock him down, though. That might allow enough time for NGXC to just keep going. They lock him down with the Yule Scepter, and now they've definitely got him. So much damage to fly out from Alacrity. Again, Tino just unable to help whatsoever. That'll be another death for the Medusa, the 5th one of the game, and 4-man smoke here from NGXC. They'll head down towards the bottom side of the map. And Shanks might be the unfortunate victim here for EXECRATION as Mizu immediately going to jump in. Does see the coddle. And Paulson, he's going to have a look for a bit more. Mizu gets the kill, but more importantly, Tino has been spotted here by Paulson. They'll even find the Pango. And this Monkey King, I mean, it's just been so effective this game. Paulson's just finding everyone.
Still fight, let's say, Scotty comes through for Palos, and Ags for Bob to follow through, and perhaps a blink on Treant, which is already up for Vincenzo. They do spot the DD, X mark, and Alacrity. He's going to be bad, and this should open up the high ground for them. They've got a lot of output on Alacrity. They can just rip through. Living Armor not going to be enough to stop us from Alacrity.
We go again. Dream Coil is going to lock them down, though. Shank's already gone. They've got the Deucer now completely controlled up. There is going to be a Vortex to try and help out. In fact, Alacrity, he may lose his first life, and he does. Not a bad start for Execration. If they can somehow fight Alacrity a second time, it could be a great team fight for them. But Alacrity, he'll keep trying to fight this one out. Overgrowth was there, but Lotus Orb was also out immediately. So they'll find Mizu. They do get a puck, but they really want that TA. It's a massive kill streak to get, but Alacrity's going to fight back. Bob is still trying, but it costs him his own life. Buybacks are flying out, though. Bob will zip right through, but Alacrity, he's still not dead yet. Almost down. Finally does end up dying. There's maybe now they can turn it. Bob, he might die back immediately, though. No mana to Vortex away, but it's all about giving Palos all these kills with the Medusa. But Execration still can't quite get the job done. Palos, he's been left behind to try and fight this one out by himself, and it's not good enough. They get the TA, but that's about all they get here, John. Without the TA, NGXC probably just can't finish off the T3.
Still bails out. That's Rolling Thunder forced out. Not the longest cooldown. That is giving Bob some space to farm, but Paulson keeps tracking. He's out of mana here.
Oh, Bob getting caught out by the same hero that he was just trying to catch. And has no way out of this. He's down for 70. No buyback available for the Storm. And in the meantime, you also end up losing Shanks. Alacrity just takes him out with the TA. They'll just keep going on to that bottom tier 3. This time they'll have it very easily. There'll be no big defense to come out from Execration. And it should be at least 2 lanes of barracks. Oh, they might just stay all the way.
Again, this is a very quick Roche to melt. Not enough time for Exit to respond to that.
Third Roshan of the game. In your dream, double Torrent Storm and double Boat now available. Bob, maybe targeted down a bot lane very soon, as there is a big group up coming in from NGX, and there they are. They've got the silence into the Boundless Strike. Bob has not popped the BKB. He does eventually get it off, but it's all too late. He held out, and he has no buyback.
Yeah, I mean, the BKB wouldn't save him. I mean, the BKB wouldn't have saved him anyway, because you have level 25 Mizu up.
Palos, yeah, he's been forced off forward, pretty far forward in fact. The Torrent Storm going to lock him down a little bit longer, but he'll move in onto the puck, try to deal with Mizu. In the meantime, Alacrity will go on to Tino, but here comes the Vortex out from Bob on the TA. But Alacrity is not bothered by this whatsoever, though he is completely stunned up here by Tino. But the time lapse is out from Jocam into the boat now, onto Palos, and with the side blades, they're taking care of them 2 at a time. As Mizu, he'll find a double kill, and Alacrity, he'll just keep going. Onto Shanks, a triple kill out for the Templar Assassin. And there'll be a second lane of barracks, I think, here, John, as you don't have buyback available on this Medusa. Bob? We got silenced up. I don't think... Oh, never mind, they can lock him down. They've got the silence, and they've also got an ultra kill, looking for the Rampage. Would you look at that, John? Vincenzo, he's just trying to get out. Yeah. But he'll be the Rampage here for Alacrity. Oh, this poor Treant Protector, John. He's had such a rough game already. And he ends the game with giving a Rampage back the way of NGXC.
Yeah, what can you do? You know, there's only so much you can do in Treant. NGX ramp up their game here. They play a lot more aggressive. Whereas in comparison to Spango, early rolls weren't working out. They needed the blink. It came out way too late in game 2. So I think you can do a lot more with a DK if your lane does get kind of shut down here, which again isn't typical for DK. It tends to just stay stable. They catch Paulson.
Yeah, they should have first blood here. Paulson gonna drop. Tino does secure first blood for himself on this Dragon Knight. Very nice setup there from Shankson.
Key timings for Execration really are their level 6s. You want to play with Exo, you want to play with Dragon Form, you want to take some early fights, translate that into objectives. With this kind of start, Execration should hit those timings fairly well here, Mike.
Absolutely. Bot lane, though, they are going to take down Vincenzo once again. Palos, he's trying to chase Mizu and is actually doing quite a bit of work here. Palos, he's going to keep going, and Mizu does not have a blink available. He's going to Fury Fire up, but it's not going to be enough. Palos, a second kill on the Drow Ranger already. Off to a fantastic start.
So that farm is there. The threat of the Dragon Tail stun into Bushwhack, into Acorn Shot is pretty high for New Dream. And that is preventing him from just standing forward and right-clicking Tino down.
JoeCam almost dropping down a bot lane, though top lane in your dream. He's gonna rage up, but it's not gonna be enough. Tino able to pick up a second kill on this Dragon Knight thus far.
This is not exactly what you'd want to see for your Storm. He wants those power runes, he wants to play with his level 6 up, hasn't seen that opportunity. And with Alacrity stuck mid, it actually gives Bob a little bit more low.
And speaking of the devil here, Bob is dropping low and is gonna go down to Alacrity as Vincenzo and Shanks. I mean, they try to help out, but there's not really much they can do.
They push down mid, pop the DD on Bob. They have the Exorcism ready to go as well to force a fight. And with that mid tier 1 clear, they can start invading that jungle better. There are wards to protect, but they've also got forward wards to spot here from Exa.
Vincenzo, pretty aggressive here. Alacrity, though, going to show up. They're going to try and focus down Bob, and with the tag team, they might have enough. Sonic Wave is there just in case, though it doesn't land on anyone. But it won't matter because Vincenzo, he's going to get caught by JoeCam. Mid Sakuchi, and he's gone a boot. Oh, it could be another great game for Alacrity, Jonathan. 3-0-1 on the Storm Spirit thus far.
And there are some good wards here from NGX to keep spotting, though. A really good ward by the Outpost to kind of give them information as to when Execration's invading, and it could lead to some opportunities for fights here.
On the brighter side, though, Execration right now getting a lot of farm on Palos. And hold that focus to the north. They've got the TK. Tino is going to drop, and that'll be the second kill for In Your Dream now. Instead, Mizu might be the one to get caught on the quap, but he'll go into the tree line, and it seems like they're very well aware of what this smoke is. Sit back, Alacrity with the regen, gonna move in, but the immediate stun is there. Snowball will follow up.
Ooh.
Bushwhack is perfect as well. It's the two-man just catching both of them out. It's Paulison and Mizu now to be chased by Tino and Vincenzo, but eventually they will be able to back.
So, second life up now, ready to go onto Palos. And Drow is very well protected for the next 5 minutes, and one more little shove from Execration should get that work done. And they didn't expand Exorcism there. So that's just off the Dragon form. It does have a better turnaround time in terms of cooldown, although Tino might fall for this.
Yeah, they might find a much bigger target this time around. Bushwhack will only help so much. They do get Tino. So nice pick off for NGXC. Surely at some stage he's going to become too much of a powerhouse, even on this hero.
Yeah, he will be in this fight. Load as you are to admit it, Mike, the crowd will eventually become a big factor, although.
Oh, they've got barely enough. In Your Dream, able to get the right click off before the TP finish. A nice pick off there onto the DP. They've got to know that the Radiant Triangle right now is occupied, and that's exactly where they head. They might have to find a way to get in there, though. Considering that mid-tier 1 tower is still standing, it's not the easiest to jump in. Shanks, he's going to break the smoke and just scurry away, but there's the jump in from In Your Dream and Mizu. Shans will give the vision into the snowball. They want that hoodwink gone, and they've got him into Vincenzo. They'll find the Weaver, and they'll finger him down. That was Exorcism popped as well, so they've got to try and force this fight. They've got the silence, but Alacrity's got the BKB, so he's fine. JoeCam, oh, that's a great chance block from JoeCam. So NGX, they might get away.
And holding down the Storm, maybe prioritizing it higher on the chain stuns, just to ensure it never becomes a factor.
Bot lane, what's going on here? In Your Dream, very, very far forward. We'll get silenced up. And there's going to be a sharpshooter, but a very nice snowball is there to buy a bit more time for In Your Dream to try and get out. He's going to TP. Does he get out of there, though? He barely makes it. Oh, that was risky. Risky plays.
So instant initiation coming through from the support as well, giving them some really good lockdown to hold some of these more mobile heroes. And we'll see if they find something big here.
They could find the biggest John Palos. He's the target we've been waiting for. Gets jumped, Alacrity. Might just be able to get it done himself, and he does. Palos giving quite a bit of gold back the way of the Storm now. They are going to try and find a way to punish, but they don't even get the stun onto Mizu, and now Vincenzo. He's going to get caught out with this Weaver. He'll go for the time-lapse away, and does Sakuchi out of there. They do allow the Hex. Mizu still going for a bit of a chase, but eventually will back off.
They need to do something. BKBs are about to fly up for Palos and for Tino. It is all done on Tino. The DK can frontline, but Palos is forward here.
Nice silence out there from Palos. JoeCam might just be guaranteed to die, as they might even find Paulison. Let's go for the Earth Spike onto Vincenzo, trying to find a bit of a trade for themselves and Alacrity. He'll have enough time to get the Weaver, but now Execration, they're right onto the Roshan. And no defense to come out from NGXC.
Too far out, BKB was popping the Storm.
Execration still looking to move in, very confident now with that Aegis timing. It's Tino. Just slowly chip away to tier 2. The Joe Cam, he'll move in with the Walrus Punch. Snowball is there as well. Into the finger. They just want Tino gone. Sonic Wave might do it. Tino, he's still tanking through. Now Alacrity, though, from the backside, gonna find the Hoodwink, and that'll be Shanks gone. Into Palos. They might just get the Aegis here off that Drow. In Your Dream will go for the chase. The Gust is there, but it's not good enough. And this is really concerning now, John. At least for NGX, who've been left behind. In Your Dream's gonna have to do it all by himself as Alacrity. He just left the area. So Palos, can he man fight this? It looks like he may just, but here comes Alacrity again. Problem is he runs out of mana. Oh, it's a messy engagement. He doesn't stick around and he pays for it. Oh, Alacrity, he just falls short. Trying to zip all the way from the fountain. As now even Vincenzo has an Aghanim Scepter on the way on this Weaver. So you're going to have that bonus life every time with that time lapse. GXC suddenly on the back foot, still going to find a nice stun. Palos does get his TP cancelled, but there's going to be no follow-up. They'll get Joe Cam down on Palos. I suppose he'll have to farm the Dire jungle this time around.
It feels a lot more manageable for Exit to just take their shots, put their cores up front, you know, avoid a lot of that magical burst, and just sustain through these fights now.
Tino looking to make jump in mid lane. In Your Dream, he may have stuck around too long, but he does have his team right behind him to try and help out there. Paulison just gets deleted immediately by Palos' Alacrity. They're still trying to do with Tino, though Tino's just so damn tanky. With the time lapse, they can't kill him, and now they can move in for more. A great gust down by Palos, catching out to and there's your bushwhack. In from Shanks. Oh, Execration. Looking very good now, John.
You said Drow's a trash hero. Mike Palos has been doing well this game.
John.
They haven't been able to jump in. They have so much jump, but even if they isolate Palos, the rest of the Execration's behind to follow through. The push is just great, although they're trying now.
Yeah, here comes the Jinx from johnxfire, though. Another nice time-lapse down from Vincenzo. They've still got Palos down, but Bob, he's willing to fight with the Exorcism. So is Tino and Vincenzo, as they'll try and chase down Mizu and Joe Cam, both to drop. The push is not stopping, John. They will keep going as they even find In Your Dream with the bushwhack out. They've got so much control. In Your Dream just trying to run, but he is going to drop. A triple kill out for Bob. Onto the tier 4s they go. And again, John, Execration, they're already going down to tip 2 as it is. But it seems like they want to drag NGXC with them, though Alacrity doesn't want that to happen. So he'll find Shanks on the Hoodwink, but they can't control Tino. He's going to be fine with the BKB TP out. Though they are still 2 Raxes down. We'll see if they can defend for NGXC. So if you end up losing In Your Dream, it could just be GG. Ags up on the Storm. See if that decides anything here in this final lane of Barracks being pushed down. Bob, 4-star forward. They want to try and blow him up. Tino's there to help out though. Bob, he's still perfectly fine as Alacrity. Still trying. They've got the Death Prophet down. Maybe they can defend. Maybe they can keep this going as they will buy back on Paulison. And now the Sonic Wave out from Mizu, pushing them back. In Your Dream, though, is in such big trouble. Palos does take him down as now the move is on to Mizu with the Gust, but a nice snowball. Joe Cam will buy a bit more time, but it won't be enough, it seems, as the stun does land, and they'll take down the Quap. Looking like they're going to get the Megas up. Bob even taunting them here with the voice lines as it's Mega Creeps against NGXC. And Execration, again, they are guaranteed going to Div 2, but there is still one more slot for relegation. Can they come back? Do you think they can come back against Megas here, John?
It's tough. It's tough. I just... You're putting a lot of control.
Yeah, they need to keep everyone alive here, but Mizu's gone. A very nice smoke up. Execration. They've even got the Ags up on Tino. So they'll move in with the Black Dragon onto the tier 4 towers. You know, John, some teams just want to stay in Div 1. Others want to see other teams burn. Then GXC, they get stunned up. Bob, he'll move in onto the top. That might be Joe Cam gone. In Your Dream, he got left behind, though he is going to be able to get to the fountain, but it's all about objectives. Onto the second tier 4 they go. Onto the Ancient. Execration. How do you defend this? They're going to zip in one more time with Alacrity with a 2-man vortex out onto Palos with a time lapse. Vincenzo just buying more and more space for Palos. In Your Dream, set to fall down. This should be GG. Onto the Ancient they go. And things are looking very spicy now for that last spot of relegation. You just never know who's going to make it there, John.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected EXA coming in, you know, at the fresh start of the series for them to upset NGX like this, but